What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Ray G, joined as always by my man Jay Rich, and this is the Destination Devy Dynasty Trade Show, where we review trades posted by our patrons over in the Destination Devy Discord. If you want your trades featured on the show, you see it down below, patreon.com/allgas, or if you want some like bonus money and some free stuff, well, then all you need to do is go to Underdog Fantasy, use the promo code WAKEUP if you're a first-time depositor. You put in $10, Underdog will match you $10, and you will get access to the Dynasty Trade Show and some of the channels in the Destination Devy Discord free of charge for the entire year. So you can either spend $7 a month and become a DD patron, or you can put 10 in the Underdog if you're a first-time depositor and get access to the Discord for free for the year. So we've got a couple of different ways that y'all could do it. Jay, we got a lot of trades, though, man. We got a lot of trades by our patrons, and we got to kick one off talking about Patrick Mahomes. So let's go to the channel, and let's talk about Patrick Mahomes and this deal that was done in one of the leagues yesterday, 12-team Superflex tight end premium. We talk about by any means necessary, BAM tier players. Patrick Mahomes is that. It's kind of little, so I'll read it out. One side of the trade ledger received Patrick Mahomes, and he gave up the 101, the 105, the 108, a 24 first, a 25 second, and a 24 second. So 2 picks in 2024, 3 picks this year, and a 2025 second, and received Patrick Mahomes. Jay, what say you on this acquisition? We've seen a lot of trades involving Patrick Mahomes. How are we feeling about this one?
It's a lot, right? It's a lot. All that Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes obviously number one player in KTC value at $10K. Bijan Robinson down at 6,861. You're giving up more picks. 4 first rounders for Mahomes is definitely the price. It's tough, but I think I want Mahomes.
What side do you want?
I want Mahomes. It's tough, but I want Mahomes.
You know, and
that's a hard trade to make, man. That's a lot of depth. It's a lot of depth.
It's a lot of depth. It's Bijan at 101. It's maybe Gibbs, maybe Will Levis at 105. Probably Quentin Johnston at 108. So you're talking about Bijan, Levis, QJ. Who knows what the 24 first is going to become? He said it's a 105 at the earliest, at the absolute earliest. It's about a mid first. The 25 second and the 24 second, I really don't care about. It is a lot to give up. And if you're acquiring Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to assume that you are ready to win now. Yeah, you've got the team. But I don't, this, a lot of people will see this and be like, give me the picks. I kind of want Patrick Mahomes, Jay. I don't think this was a lot to give up at all. So the question is, right,
if you had Mahomes, is this package acceptable to you? To where you could say, okay, I have Mahomes. Because like if I have Mahomes and I'm looking to tear down or move off Mahomes. Let me tell you why.
No, because you are then locked into a quarterback at 101. You got to replace that. I mean, you can go Bijan and play that.
I would think I think you have to flip the 101, right?
Yeah, I could trade Bijan, right? I can trade Bijan and get quarterbacks. But if you don't replace Mahomes, I don't care what receivers you get, what tight end you get. Like, that's a massive gaping spot of value that you just gave up. So for me, Jay, I want the Patrick Mahomes side. I don't know if I saw this come through maybe in best ball, I'd consider it because you're getting 3 assets this year, 2 assets next year, and an additional asset in 25. But ultimately, in a lineup league where I've got to plug in a guy to be that guy from day one, this is about what Patrick Mahomes costs. So if this is a deal that you want to make, you've got to give up your 101, probably a couple of other picks in the first round this year, and then future capital. This is like a fair price for Patrick Mahomes. Me, if I'm trading my Patrick Mahomes, I don't want fair. I want them to feel it. It is going to be an overpay. You are going to bend over, and I'm about to... You know what that is. We all know what that is on this channel. If I'm trading Patrick Mahomes, I'm clapping cheeks. So for this one, I don't think cheeks were clapped right here. I'd rather Patrick Mahomes in a 12-team Superflex tight end premium league. Now let's scroll to the bottom and see what we have. My man Jimbo, 12-team start 10 PPR Superflex tight end premium. Newly acquired Browns wide receiver Elijah Moore for A.J. Dillon. Jay, Elijah Moore, A.J. Dillon. Simple little trade here. What side you want?
I think I want Elijah Moore, Ray.
Okay.
Am I wrong for thinking that, like, A.J. Dillon was really bad last season, but I still love Elijah Moore. Like, his rookie season, he was 12.3 points per game, which is, I believe, top 15% or top 10% of all rookie wide receivers since 2011. And A.J. Dillon just didn't get it done last year. He just wasn't very good. And I don't expect him to get much better this season. We know that Aaron Jones is back on a restructured deal. I think I just want to take the shot on Elijah Moore. That's what it comes down to. I'd be willing to take the shot on Elijah Moore. I think that's where my head's at. Do you feel any differently about A.J. Dillon?
No. I really don't want him at all. I mean, I had some. First of all, I didn't like him in 2020. Then I kind of got sucked in, and now I'm like, I'm good. Like I'm good. You know, I'm good. I would take Elijah.
They're literally
Moore.
In KTC value. They are basically back to back.
I figured
115 is Dillon, and Elijah Moore is 117.
I figured
but
they couldn't
Elijah
be
Moore's
that
probably
much
going to
different.
go up.
Yeah. I'd take Elijah Moore over AJ Dillon right now, even off of just being able to sell some hope. I feel like I can sell some Elijah Moore hope a lot more than I can sell some AJ Dillon hope. Oh, Jay.
And Moore's only 23 too, so there's always that factor as well.
Oh, GQ is in the trades. I'm in the trades. I made the trade show. Look at this. Oh, no. Yeah, here we go. So me and Rico. This is a 14-team double copy. It's like 28 teams in the league. It's our Royal Rumble League. It's like our prize destination Devy League. I gave up Jordan Love, Javonte Williams, Christian Watson, the 227, which would be the equivalent of like the 214.
Yeah.
Last pick in the second round, and a 24 first-round pick. So Love, Javonte, Christian Watson, 24 first, and the 214. I got Jonathan Taylor, the 107, which is, I believe, the 104 in here. A second-round pick in 2024, 2 second-round picks in 2024, and a third-round pick in 2024. Jay, in this league, this is, like I said, I was a strong playoff team last year. Rico was rebuilding, so he's in a rebuilding spot, right? He had no quarterback. I think his only quarterback was Trey Lance. What do you think about this deal right here, Jay?
I don't mind. I think it's a fine trade for Rico. He obviously needed players, right? And he got that. He's not taking the dart throws. In this format, people who don't understand, it's a point per carry format. Jonathan Taylor is literally one of the most valuable assets scoring perspective. And obviously, Ray having him on your roster makes your team a ton better. I understand, getting Javonte Williams back, but we are very out on Javonte Williams right now. And in this league, trading running backs is almost impossible. Almost impossible. You can't trade a running back because, again, in our community, especially in our Heisman community, RBs are very devalued. And this is where you always say it, Ray, know your league. Know your league is so important. And having a running back who isn't elite in this league is basically untradeable. It's so difficult to move
even the elite ones, you can't move them, man. People don't even want them.
You got offer trades for Jonathan Taylor, and it's like pennies on the dollar. And wide receivers are very devalued in this format, so Christian Watson isn't quite as valuable. Now, of course, it's a 14-team Superflex league, so Jordan Love does have value. But for you to cash out on Javonte Williams, Christian Watson, and Jordan Love, get additional picks, get a first-round pick this year as well, so you can get another probably quarterback potential player there. I think this is a great trade for you. So you're replacing Jordan Love, potentially a better quarterback. You're getting a better running back. You have more draft capital. And Christian Watson is a very expendable asset in this format. So people don't understand. Christian Watson, yes, highly valued in Dynasty. But in this format, wide receivers are a little bit devalued. So definitely you want Jonathan Taylor and the picks overall here. Sorry, Rico, but this was not the best trade for you, especially with Javonte Williams probably going to be a very difficult asset to move or utilize this season, even in best ball.
Well, he's not going to. He's not trying to win this year, so the Javonte Sit doesn't bother him. If anything, you get picks, you get more lottery balls for having like low points. So for him, he's probably thinking, I don't even need Javonte this year. I can just chill because there will be a market for him again, just like there was a market again for J.K. Dobbins. You do get the Love Christian Watson stack. He gets a 24 first. He gets a pick this year. And then I got Jonathan Taylor in the 107, and the two seconds and the third really don't matter to me at this stage. It was all about adding a Jonathan Taylor to a running back room that already had Saquon Barkley was sort of the goal for me there. And I'll just say this: I think the interesting takeaway from this for Rico is I do think moving JT was probably the right move for his team, right? Because going on year 4, like he wasn't going to do anything for him. Like Rico wasn't winning.
Yeah.
He wasn't winning at all. It hurts him, right?
Points.
So, yeah, get it. You just got to know your league and pay attention to stuff like that. But, yeah, obviously.
Rico got what he could get. And in this league, that it is a difficult trade to pull off a running back trade like this.
You
so
get
he got
what
he could get, and so you kind of You have to
And
work
no
with it.
one's
And
moving.
even if you wanted to trade JT, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't get what you want either.
Bro, I sent out offers to move JT, and everybody, what's interesting about trades is everybody likes to shit on the trade. Oh my God, you got worked, and then you offer the same player that you just gave up, and then nobody wants him. I sent JT out in this league, Jay, to 6 different managers. Jonathan Taylor for like Michael Pittman and something for this decline. So it's just a league full of people who talk a lot of shit and don't do a lot. So let's move up and see what else we have here. What do we have? Gilligan.
Holy MFL trades.
Yeah, no, MFL. They're just so hard to read. 12-team Superflex start to tight end premium. So tight ends are very important in this league. We've got one side that traded Rachaad White and Treylon Burks, and the other side got Drake London. What do you want? Treylon and Rachaad White or Drake London? Same. Simple.
Not even close.
Simple.
Not even close. Drake London all day long.
Easy.
Rachaad White may not even be a starter this year.
Easy. Here we go. One of our Heisman members, man. Big Stebo, 1975. Let's take a look at this trade, Jay. Got some Kyler Murray action. He got Kyler Murray. He sent away Javonte Williams, Michael Pittman, and a 24 second-round pick. I don't know what the settings are in this one, so it's kind of hard to go off of, but let's just assume super flex, standard PPR. What side do you want? Kyler Murray, Michael Pittman, Javonte Williams, and a 24 second.
I think I want Kyler Murray, even though he's hurt, even though he got the ACL injuries, potentially don't know what's going to happen with him and Aaron over the long term. I like Pittman, but buying Javonte is, even with the second round pick added in, I think I still want Kyler, still the more valuable asset. I like Pittman, though. He could have a good year with a new quarterback.
Yeah, give me Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray, especially if it's super
We just want
flex.
the quarterbacks in all formats.
Yeah, in all formats. All right, here we go. 12-team Superflex PPR, one tight end premium lineup league, start 11. It was initially offered 109 for DJ Moore straight up to stack with Fields. This was the counter. Gotta love when you're willing to pay for something and then you get a counter and you just accept it. So let's see what happened. He got DJ Moore and the 305 for Sky Moore and the 109. Jay, DJ Moore in 305 or Sky Moore in 109?
This one's a little tougher for me, right?
It's a little tougher,
I like
right?
DJ Moore, but if you're telling me I'm replacing him with potentially a running back, if, you know, I have Sky Moore, who if you're high on, I don't... The problem is that we don't know what DJ Moore is in Chicago. And I think that's where I really struggle with. Is he even going to be a receiver that is a
I saw you talking some shit about old DJ Moore on Twitter.
I wasn't talking shit about DJ Moore. Someone
day.
threw the projections, and I was like, people are not going to like this. But again, this is where you have to understand that, like, yes, DJ Moore's a 1,400-yard, 4-touchdown receiver every single season in Carolina. He's not in Carolina anymore. He's playing with Justin Fields. We don't know what his target share is going to be.
He ain't getting no damn 1,400 yards. About 1,100 yards.
Was it 11 or was it 12?
It ain't 14.
I think I would be willing to run the risk on Sky Moore in the first. I think I'd be willing to run the risk on Sky Moore in the first. I don't mind cashing out DJ Moore for this price because I don't necessarily want DJ Moore as a wide receiver 2 on my team because I don't know how he's going to produce, and I think I'd be willing to rerun it back with Sky Moore and the 109.
You think DJ Moore's a WR3?
He could be, man. He could. We need Justin Fields to throw the ball about 150 more times this season. You can go to the AJ Brown comps, Philadelphia. Chicago's not going to be that. They'll be better, but I don't think they're going to start magically throwing the ball 550, 600 times a year with Justin Fields. Maybe they will, and I'll have that, but that'd be a big change from what they're doing right now. Big change.
It's interesting because DJ Moore for 109, I would rather DJ Moore. I think Sky Moore will take a step forward. So far, Kansas City's done little in free agency. Now there's still DeAndre Hopkins floating around, Odell Beckham Jr. They also could potentially draft one in the NFL draft, but Juju's gone. You heard Andy Reid say that he believes Sky Moore is going to step up. I actually think I would like the Sky Moore in 109 side over DJ Moore in 305. I think I'm on that.
Everyone's pegging Tony to be the guy, but Tony's also never healthy either.
Never healthy.
So maybe when healthy, he'll be fine, but when he's not healthy, Sky Moore could be the guy that operates as a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 in that offense. And I think I'd want to take the shot on that because then you could still potentially get like a QJ, a Zay Flowers, another pretty talented receiver at that 109 spot.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's one right here that I wanted to get to. Champ Kid. Let's see. What is this?
Did someone drop the other side of that trade in here? What
do you mean the other side of what trade?
Look right there. Oh no, okay, never mind. I I thought someone dropped both managers dropped the trade.
Yeah, I was like, what? So we've got George Pickens, the 103 and the 208 being acquired for DK Metcalf and Antonio Gibson, 10-team Superflex, 2 tight end premium. He's getting the 103. Yeah, give me 103 Pickens and 208 over Metcalf and Gibson.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm a big Metcalf guy, but I think that's that quarterback would be invaluable.
Yeah.
I'd be taking Pickens as well.
You're getting your choice of Bryce, CJ, A-Rich at 103 to go with Pickens and the 208, which should still be a decent pick here in a 10-team league. Give me that over DK Metcalf and Antonio Gibson. Yep.
Yeah, Pickens, wide receiver 25 right now on KTC. Wow, people love themselves some Pickens.
All right, our boy Goat Rings is in the building. 12-team, full PPR start, 11. He is a strong contender, of course. Still has his 102 and 104. And let's see what he did. So he traded DeAndre Hopkins, Allen Lazard, Dameon Pierce, and the 105 for Tyreek Hill, Dalvin Cook, Chase Claypool, and a 24 first-round pick. Jay, what do you think about this trade?
I kind of like it. I mean, Tyreek Hill obviously is the main guy you want in this trade. BAM tier player. Love Tyreek Hill. Should have another phenomenal season. Dalvin Cook is interesting, though, just because we don't know where he's playing next season. We assume it could be Minnesota, but he could also be on the way out. There's reports that he has been traded, and they're just waiting to announce it closer to the draft. He gets the first. Gave up the 1-0. So, again, potentially could be a good player there. I like Hopkins this year. I think he'll be fine. Pierce should be okay. Lazard? I don't know. I think I prefer Goat Rings aside, but I couldn't hate on another manager if they did want the other side if they were contending as well.
Yeah. I mean, let's say Pierce and Cook cancel each other out, okay? Let's say Claypool and Lazard sort of cancel each other out. And if I had to bet, I'd think Allen Lazard probably outproduces Chase Claypool. Tyreek Hill and Nuke, I want Tyreek Hill over DeAndre Hopkins. And then you got the 24 first that is coming from Raiders Life, who's probably a contender. That's why he made this deal. So let's just say a back-end 24 first. I would take the 105 over that. But getting a pick back like a 24 first is a nice little leverage move. You swap out the 105 for the 24 first. Overall, I like Goat Rings aside, but I could see it from both angles. You know, Raiders Life got Hopkins in the 105, Pierce and Lazard. Really don't care much about Chase Claypool, and Dalvin Cook is going to get touches no matter where he's at. I think this was a good deal. I think Goat Rings strengthened his team. You get Tyreek Hill to a team that already has Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Treylon Burks, Elijah Moore. I mean, he's probably going to win. So I think this is a fine deal. This is not an overpay. I think this is a good deal for both sides. I lean Tyreek Hill just a tad bit more because he is the best player in the deal, Jay.
Yeah, and he's saying it's not Superflex, right? So that 105 is pretty heavily devalued for us, especially, right?
It's not Superflex. I mean,
I don't see Superflex in there, at which point 105 would be
yeah, I don't see Superflex.
Not very valuable.
And he still has the 102 and the 104, so he's going to be fine. If it is single quarterback, he can get his RB2 of choice or Jackson Smith and Jigba. This is a good deal for Goat Rings. I like this. I like it for both sides, man. I like it for both sides. 12-team Superflex, start 12, 1.5 TEP, half PPR league to get more starters filled out. The 24 first is projected top half, even with Herbert. Let's see what he did. He got Justin Herbert and the 111 for Daniel Jones, Damian Harris, a 24 first, and the 104. Jay, so Daniel Jones and 2 firsts, is that enough for you to get? Is that enough for you to move Justin Herbert?
It might be, Ray.
It's not.
It might be.
It is not. It isn't even enough to. It's not enough to even get 104 and a 24 first.
104 and 24 first and Danny Dimes. And all you got to give up is your Justin. He did get the 111, so he got the 111. So I'm taking in this trade. I'm taking the Herbert side.
We're not even talking about the 111 now. Is that even enough to get Justin Herbert?
So okay, I think it's a fair deal. I'm not saying it's one I would necessarily accept, but I don't think it's crazy either. You could take another quarterback with that pick, right? If you wanted to, you could take a Bryce Young or a CJ Stroud or A. Rich, whoever's there at 104. You already have Daniel Jones. You got a 24 first. I don't hate the tear down if that's the way you want to go.
Yeah, but he
got
111 too. 111 in this trade
getting 111 is what puts over the top. That's the Herbert side. But if you're talking about just your reworked deal, I don't hate it.
Do you think Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts are in the same range?
No.
You got Jalen
I
Hurts
wouldn't
way
put them in the
above.
same range.
You got Hurts way above.
I think that you have Hurts, you have Mahomes, and you have Allen in the same tier right now. I don't think you could put Herbert in that tier, and I'd probably still have Burrow over Herbert.
Well, I was about to say, because if you think that was close, then I've got Daniel Jones and the 104 that I'll send you right now for your Jalen Hurts in one of our leagues, if you think this was a good deal. All right. Yeah, give me Justin Herbert in the 111. No doubt about it. Give me Herbert in the 111.
The 111 puts it over the top.
T-Rock. Shout out our boy T-Rock. This is a 4D league, 12-team Superflex. Start 14. Good Lord. He's got Hurts. Got Bijan at 101, Stroud at 103, then traded for 104 to get Bryce. Mike McNutt won the league in 2022. Go figure that Mike won that league. So he got 104, the 304, and a 24 third for Deontay Johnson, A.J. Dillon, a 24 first, and the 202, which was Tyjae Spears. Jay, again, 12-team Superflex, start 14, so depth matters. He's got Bijan. He's got Stroud at 103. So now he locked up Bryce Young. He got Chase Brown, a 24 third for Deontay Johnson, Tyjae Spears, A.J. Dillon, and a 24 first. What are you thinking about this trade?
It's tough. It's puzzling from both sides. I mean, I want Bryce Young, and that depth, Ray, it just doesn't really do it for me. Like, I like Deontay Johnson personally. I know the community doesn't like him because he doesn't score touchdowns. I think he's a fine receiver who's going to get targets, but A.J. Dillon doesn't move the needle for me. Tyjae Spears, I hope he's great, but we don't have a landing spot for him. He may be a relative nothing burger. You have the 24 first, which is fine. I think I'm just going to take Bryce Young here. Again, you need the depth to win, but if you're not necessarily ready to win, getting Bryce Young is a pretty good trade to move all these assets. If Bryce Young hits, then you can maybe trade him for a lot more than that. I just think there's a lot of depreciating assets outside of maybe Tyjae Spears in that 24 first. Deontay and Dillon, I don't know if they have much long-term value right now. And that's where I don't mind moving them for Bryce. Yeah. No one wants Deontay. Yeah, he has 150 targets every year, and no one wants him.
Nobody wants him, yeah.
That's why I don't mind moving him for this package. Like, we already talked about Dillon. We don't really in on him. Deontay, I want him on my rosters because I think he's cheap, but I don't necessarily want to be holding him over the long term. He's kind of like a year-to-year play for me in that regard. I would probably take Bryce Young here.
What's interesting, if Bijan went 101, Stroud 103, Bryce 104, who went 102?
A-Rich.
A-Rich went 102, yeah. A-Rich went 102. So he get out of this haul, what he got, he's got Jalen Hurts. Now he adds C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young to Jalen Hurts. He's got Bijan Robinson. He got Chase Brown. He gave up A.J. Dillon a 24 first. And if McNutt had won the league in 2022, that's a late 24 first. Yeah, give me T-Rock's side, man. Good deal, T-Rock.
Very good.
I like that. I like that savvy little deal right there. There goes the Mahomes trade that we talked about. Jay, I know we love us some Garrett Wilson, but would you move your Drake London and a 24 first for Garrett Wilson?
Would I move it?
I've got Garrett. Would you send me London and a first for Garrett Wilson?
I wouldn't. I might. Garrett Wilson with Aaron Rodgers is a pretty deadly combo. If you feel bold, so process play, Drake London in the first, 100%. But if you want to call your shot, and you're a strong contender, Ray, we got to be honest. Drake London probably not going to do a lot this year.
Start 9.
He'd be lucky if he had 800 years.
It's okay.
Start 9.
Well, it's half PPR. Start 9.
Then it's Garrett Wilson. Wilson. If it's half PPR, start 9. You have to lean on the touchdown upside, and that touchdown upside is Garrett Wilson. 24 first should be valuable, but I don't mind the upgrade here. I don't. I think Garrett Wilson's a star. I don't think Drake London's a star. He's a good receiver. He's not a star, though.
I think he's a star. He's just a star with a bad quarterback and in a team that didn't want to throw the ball. I mean, he put up market share numbers. I mean, literally his target share was there at star level. It's just the QB efficiency was awful. Half PPR, though, like, I just know Garrett Wilson is going to be. Upside. Well, I think London's got touchdown upside. The thing that sways it for me is I know Garrett Wilson is going to get 150 targets. Like, I know that's coming for him. So I would probably rather.
He's already valued as wide receiver 5 on KTC.
Yeah, start 9, give me Garrett Wilson, but this is the leverage deal would be London in the first, and some people may say London is too far of a tier down from Garrett Wilson to even make that deal. So yeah, Saucy P33, I like this trade. Garrett Wilson, give me Garrett Wilson. We got more. Look at this one. All right.
Holy smokes.
All right, Jay. This is a monster right here. And I don't see, listen, if you're going to put I need to know what the settings are because it's hard to really break this down without knowing the settings. So I'm going to just read it out and we're not going to spend much time on it, Jay. But A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Jonathan Taylor were acquired for Drake London, Garrett Wilson, the 107, the 109, a 24 first, and the 201 this year. So 107, 109, 201, 24 first, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Jonathan Taylor, A.J. Brown, and CeeDee Lamb. Jay, for me, this is quite easy. And it's A.J. Brown. Man. Me, it's A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Jonathan Taylor. Yes. You want the package?
But why? I want the package. That's too many picks. That's too many picks, Ray. I love A.J. Brown. I love CeeDee Lamb. But Garrett Wilson is literally right behind them in drafts right now. Right behind them. So you're basically swapping A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb for Garrett Wilson. Right out the gate.
No, well, let's just say Garrett Wilson and CeeDee cancel out. So now it's A.J. Brown and Jonathan Taylor or
you still get Drake London. So you're tearing down from A.J. And you're getting what? 3 firsts? Or 2 firsts for Jonathan Taylor? You're getting the 107 and 24 first, and then you have to take Drake London, the 109, and the 201 to tear down from A.J. Brown, which I think is a fine tear down.
I still want CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown's value is a lot higher than his production. And you may want Jonathan Taylor today, but tomorrow.
That's all I'm playing. I'm playing this year. I want to go win this year. You give me A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, and CeeDee Lamb, I can go win the league this year. I'm like the Rams. I think so many times.
But isn't there a world where Garrett Wilson is the best player in this deal?
Dude, I think you're. First of all, I think we are out over our skis with how good Aaron Rodgers will be for Garrett Wilson. I think he's going to be better, no doubt about it. But you're talking like the man is about to go out there and be Calvin Johnson. Like I don't know if that's that. All I'm saying, that's a lot of wish casting as well. I know there's no wish casting with CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, and A.J. Brown. And if I win this year, if I acquire those 3 assets and win, I don't care, man. The 107 and 109 and the super flex, that's literally at best at 107. You're talking about Jahmyr Gibbs, 109 probably Zay Flowers. That's not worth A.J. Brown, man. It's not. That's Jahmyr Gibbs and Zay Flowers is not worth A.J. Brown. The 201 and a 24 first in Drake London, you can argue, okay, that's fine for Jonathan Taylor, but most people aren't going to do that. And we're assuming the 24 first is mid to late because that's what you have to do. I know what A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, who are both, 26 years old or younger, like these guys are still in their prime. So I'm not concerned about them breaking down a year from now. I don't have to assume the risk and the ambiguity of those picks. Garrett Wilson is dope. Drake London is dope, no doubt. But give me CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, and Jonathan Taylor. This is a good one. I'm really interested in what the comments are going to say with this one because, man,
I get what you're saying
107
for sure,
and 109 don't move the...
That's a big package, though. You could do a lot with that.
You can't do a lot. There's a tier break. I don't think you can do a lot with 107 and 109. If you said that's 101, 102, 103, we got a different conversation. 109, people are like, what's the difference between 109 and 201? Like, realistically, what's the difference?
Well, I mean, we did a mock today. There's a pretty big difference.
I don't know. Right? I don't know if there really is. You give me Charbonnet, Zay Flowers, Jalen Hyatt. They're all in that cluster of 9, 10, 11, 12, 201, 202, 203. There's a big cluster of players, and for me, I'll take the last one that you want. I think 109 is an awful spot because now you're forced to make that pick where you feel like you've got to reach on a Jalen Hyatt, a Zay Flowers because JSN is gone, Gibbs is gone, Bijan, the quarterbacks are gone. Like you've got to start the reach of the tier that everybody is comfortable taking the last player in that tier. So for me, give me A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Jonathan Taylor. You'll take the package. Chat, y'all let us know. This is an interesting one, and what makes it even more interesting is I don't know the damn settings. It could be single quarterback. I don't know what it is.
Could be best ball.
Could be best ball. I don't know what it is. Start 12. No clue. You got to put that in.
Yeah, if it's single quarterback, then then you want the other side. You want the stars for sure.
All right, let's see what else do we have, Jay. Marquise Brown in a third or Romeo Doubs in a second?
I want Marquise Brown.
Yeah, I want Hollywood as well. I
think he's worth more than that too.
12-man super flex. Jalen Hurts in a 24 second. Brandon Cooks, Justin Herbert in a 24 first.
Ray, I couldn't do it. I couldn't move Hurts for this. You know me, I got Hurts in a couple spots. I couldn't do it. It's probably a pretty good trade in terms of just like raw value. You get Cooks, who should be good this year. You get Herbert, who obviously has a ton of value. You get the 24 first. Is this a leverage move, though? You're trading the 24 first, getting the second back, getting the better asset in Jalen Hurts. I'm curious what Scott would say about this one because I think it's close on both sides. Where are you at? Would you take Hurts in the second?
Yes.
If Hurts is Bam tier, it'd be very difficult for me to move this.
Hurts is QB3. We all love Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is dope. But give me Jalen Hurts in the second over Justin Herbert, the 24 first, and Brandon Cooks. I think it's close, fine, though. It's close. It's close. Is that enough of is that enough leverage to tear down?
I don't think so. It doesn't feel like it. I just love having Jalen. If you have Jalen Hurts, as much as we may love Justin Herbert, it'd be very difficult to make this trade. Very difficult. Very, very difficult.
The problem is I don't know how much more. Like, if I'm giving you a first and Herbert and Cooks and you want more, I'm like, dude, like
you should be able to get Allen for the same package.
Let me just ask you this: take Cooks in the second out of it. Justin Herbert in the first or Jalen Hurts?
Oh man. See, the thing is that little bit might just sway it. Might.
See?
You're tearing down off your Bam tier quarterback. Oh, Ray.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
I don't think I give up Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
As much as I love, I think if it was Joe Burrow, I would reconsider. Would you reconsider if it was Joe Burrow? You're getting Joe Burrow on a 24 first for Jalen Hurts. Because I think for me, there was a slight difference there.
Yeah.
Very slight.
Herbert's got that type of... Let's not forget that Herbert, his whole team was wrecked this year. His ribs were beaten up. I mean, you can look back in a year and be like, man, that would have been a great move. I mean, he's right there with Jalen Hurts, and I could have gotten the 24 first on top of it. Now, this is his 24 first, so, this is a tough one. I still lean Hurts. That's not a bad package.
It's the leverage Herbert said. If we're just talking leverage, we're talking what is the better process play? How should you make your trade?
Feels like the Herbert side. Feels like the Herbert side a little bit. Yeah,
I'm with you.
All right, we got more Drake London just getting tossed out here, just getting tossed around. London or Gabe Davis in the 109? 12-team super flex.
I'm taking Drake London.
Same. Drake London.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Gabe's a little underrated this year, though. A little bit.
All right. Let's Amon-Ra 108 in the 24 second or Jahan Dotson in the 102.
Say super flex?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
If it's super flex, I'd be willing to take Jahan Dotson in the 102.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, then definitely not.
Yeah, I mean, then definitely.
How do you feel about Dotson?
I think he's being slept on a little bit. I think we should value him a little higher than where he currently is. I think he's fine. I think he's going to be okay. I mean, the problem is the quarterback, not Jahan Dotson. So, all right, let's go one more before we get out of here. There's a lot of talking in here. We got a little Matt Corral trade.
Oh, white mode. Let's go.
Yeah. Blinding me. Gosh, Gump.
Yeah, I can't.
And he traded Jamal Williams for a second. That's fine. It's fine.
Huge.
Jamal Williams for a second. All right. There's a lot of talking in here. A lot of chatter. Kadarius Toney and Rashad White or David Montgomery and Alexander Madison?
I think I'm taking Montgomery. I don't know if I view Toney as a long-term asset right now. I think I would just roll with who I project to be the better player, and that's Montgomery.
Oh, all right. Let's end on this one. 12-team, Superflex, 1.5 tight end premium lineup, rebuilding team. Sent away Patrick Mahomes, got back T-Law, Kyle Pitts, and Jerry Jeudy. We started the show with the Patrick Mahomes trade from Scrubs and Scrubs. We end the show with the Patrick Mahomes trade from Chief Heath. Is this enough to tear down off of Mahomes? We saw what Mahomes went for earlier. The 101, the 105, the 108, a 24 first, a 24 second, a 25 second. Now we see Patrick Mahomes in a 12-team Superflex lineup league on a rebuilding team getting traded away. Tear down from Mahomes to Trevor Lawrence. You get Kyle Pitts, it's 1.5 tight end premium, and you get Jerry Jeudy. Is that enough to move Patrick Mahomes?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And I feel like I'm hating on Kyle Pitts too much here, but I just haven't seen it, Ray. And I think if Kyle Pitts was a little bit more secure of an asset in my mind, I'd be more willing to make that move. But like Jerry Jeudy's wide receiver 22 right now and on the trade block, potentially could be moved. Love Trevor Lawrence. Top, 7 quarterback easily. Not going to produce like Mahomes, but a great asset. Pitts in a 1.5 is valuable, not super valuable in my opinion, but definitely has value. He needs to be good though, or you're getting slaughtered in this trade. Like he needs to be the 4th overall pick, top 3 tight end, or you are just getting bodied.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's a lot of risk, and we say, it's hard to trade Mahomes for 4 first-round picks, but at least those 4 first-round picks are ambiguous and have different levels of value tied to them because of where they are. This is Jerry Jeudy, Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts, no picks. You can't trade Kyle Pitts for 2 firsts, I don't think, even in a tight end premium league. I would be surprised if you could. Jerry Jeudy might get you a first. Trevor Lawrence definitely has a lot of value, but if you're rebuilding, you want to rebuild through the draft, or at least build your team with draft picks, because that gives you more flexibility than these roster slots. And that's the only problem with the trade. The trade in terms of like value is okay, but I think you need to have some picks mixed in.
And that's my thing. It's okay. If I'm moving Mahomes, I don't want okay. Like I'm in the driver's seat. I'm not going to allow you to dictate what the asking price is. I'm going to set the market for Mahomes. And I would have needed a couple of picks to come back with this, because Jeudy is.
I wouldn't want Jeudy. I wouldn't want Pitts. You gotta get Pitts.
I'm fine with Pitts, but I would have replaced Jeudy for a couple of picks, a different receiver. I think it's fine. I don't love it, man. This is one where, let me tell you a little trade tip, and it works 100% of the time. When somebody's after an asset that you want, if you're not getting the exact deal that you feel that player value is worth, don't settle. Just, I'm good. I'll pass. Let me think on it. Let's reconvene in a month. 10 out of 10 times that manager will come back to you and, all right, man, what do you want? Let's get it done. Like, this is one where I would have sat on it. I would have just sat. I'd have been like, it's fair, but not really what I'm looking for. And I would have held Mahomes, because I've got no pressure to rush to do this deal for Jerry Jeudy, who seems like his home is a lot of ambiguity around where he's going to play. Pitts, the offense is just a mess, right? T-Law is dope, but this is a fine trade, but
I've never seen a league where Mahomes is not super valuable. And like you mentioned, even if you're rebuilding and your team is terrible and all you have is Mahomes, there will still be a market in every league for Patrick Mahomes.
This is one where if I were acquiring Mahomes, I would give that up in a heartbeat to get Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
I'd give it up in a heartbeat. And because that's
draft picks. 0 draft. If you have the 110, the 111, you keep that. You can draft your player of choice. Again, rebuild through youth instead of trying to, figure it out with these assets. Because by the time you compete, Jerry Jeudy's 27, 28. Kyle Pitts may not even be good. He may be a flame out.
I think Pitts is fine. I think Pitts is fine, man. I think Pitts is fine. I think the deal was okay. I don't want okay for Patrick Mahomes. I want hell yeah. I want, like they say, porn. You just know it when you see it. You see it, you're like, that's pornography. That's what I want my trade to feel like. Like when I see it for Mahomes, I need to know, like, that's the deal that I'm going to accept for Patrick Mahomes. So appreciate all the Destination Devy patrons. Appreciate y'all tapping into this show. If you want your trades featured on the channel, link is in the description to go to Underdog Fantasy. Deposit $10. They match you 10, so you get a free $10 to go put some drafts in, some best ball drafts. We're doing those live on the show, on the channel every single week. And then you get access to the trade channel for free for the entire year. And if you just want to sign up so you can get access to the Discord, the rankings, the databases, all the tools that we have, patreon.com/allgas gives you that access. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Shout out to the patrons. Thank y'all for the trades. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We out. Peace. Before y'all close off of the video, I just want to say thank you for checking out the content on Destination Devy. Really appreciate every single view that we get And the only thing that I ask is that you hit the thumbs up button, like the content, subscribe to the channel, and if you can, comment below for the algorithm. Really helps the channel grow. Now, I'm about to let y'all into my home right now so you can see my setup in my media room. You are watching this on my brand new Epson Epic Vision Ultra LS800 projector. Epson came into your boy's crib and hooked me up with this brand new projector in 120-inch Silverflex screen, free of charge. And I'm telling you right now, this has completely changed the way that I watch movies, that I watch sports, that I game. If you want a setup like this that takes up absolutely no space at all, there's a link in the description below. Click that or visit epson.com/wake up to completely change the way that you watch sports. Go big, go epic, go Epson, baby. Now y'all can get out of here. I appreciate y'all tapping in. It's all gas all the time. I love y'all. I'm out of this thing. Peace.